You're now listening to the show about the shit in life that's just a bit too much, from the perspective of stand-up comics. With our hosts, Carmelo Bongiovi and Ken Krantz. This week's topic, Step Up Part 1, with our guest, KP Burke. This is A Bit Too Much.
Did I miss you guys, man? This is good. This is I got to get away from the stepkids tonight. It's good to hang.
Yeah, it's a nice night out, right? Like anytime you're not, I always like whenever someone's like away from kids for a night when you've been with them, like I would give them like 3-4 nights in a row, you know, like just with the kids, and then you're away from the kids. It's like a new air under that person. It's kind of it's similar to like when you were a teenager and you're in school all week and then you go out, like the night there's there's a new breath in that person. Like, yeah, we all love our kids. We all want to be with our kids, right? But then all of a sudden we get the night out and we're like, I feel like lighter. I feel like I actually shed their weight.
Like the stuff you used to take for granted. It feels prison adjacent where you're like, you get out and then you're like, oh, this is something I took for granted, you know, when I was on the outside, and now I'm experiencing.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. Like work release. That's probably the same mentality. It's probably why they give it to you. So go think about what you did.
This train is late, so I have an excuse for why I'm late for work. I have 15 minutes to myself now. Thank you, MTA.
Yeah. I have this conversation with my wife all the time. Like we both talk about our moms in a way. Like a lot of people, I feel like you get to a certain age and everyone marks up their moms to crazy. Like, oh, my mom's nuts. Everyone says that about their moms, right? Like you just, all your friends, you ask them about their moms, like, oh, my mom's fucking nuts. And then they tell you a story about their mom. And I just realized, like, now having a kid, it's because they had us. Like, there's something maddening about probably the super early years. Maybe, I don't know, I haven't experienced the later years yet. She's only 4. I don't know. But I feel like there's something maddening about
alone.
Yeah, sleep deprivation. Then that rolls into like other stress. And I guess it just keeps going. And think about it. And if you're exposed to anything that you're that worried about for that long, that much, all the time, it's going to drive you a little nuts. I like to think that like if my mom didn't have me and my brother, she'd be a completely different. Like she'd be cool. Your dad would be cool. My mom was like super into fashion. She like wanted to be like a fashion. She didn't do any of it, but yeah, she wanted to be like a fashion designer. She was kind of cool. She used to like design her own dresses. She was kind of cool. She's out of her mind. Like if you met my mom now, you'd be like, "Whoa, this woman's nuts." And
like, what happened to you? Oh, me. I'm what happened.
That's
to
right.
You.
That's the realization I had. Is like it's us. It's like parenthood. Yeah, people always talk about like when they're in it. They say like, oh, this is so hard, but it's so beautiful. Like you talk about, it's true. It is both of those things. But the long-term effects, it's like you're just exposed to like something bad. The long-term effects of that are you get a little fucking nuts. And then you grow up and you're a little nuts and you're a little fucking wacky, you know?
You're right. Everybody thinks their mom's crazy though.
Everyone says their mom's crazy.
And then you hang out with people whose moms were like actually crazy. There's a kid.
Right.
He told me his mom was bipolar and yeah, everybody's like, oh yeah, my mom's bipolar. Bipolar gets overused too. And then he's like, yeah, I remember one night my brother and I had to hide out on the roof because our mom came at us with a kitchen knife, and we had to wait until the cops got there. And then we lived with my uncle for a while. I was like, oh, your mom's bipolar.
Yeah. Okay, so it's fair to use it then.
Yeah, I think people used to always use bipolar, like overuse it. Now they use like narcissist. That's the big word.
Good swap in there.
That's right, and it's
the
like.
Old,
but narcissist and bipolar are not even close to actually being the same. It's like because narcissist is one thing always. Like you're always a narcissist.
Bipolar is just sort of like you're McDLT. Like you're hot sometimes, you're cold sometimes.
The amount of times you've said McDLT on the show.
I didn't
know what it was until you told me.
You know what the McDLT is? Do you remember?
I'm so scared right now.
No. It's literally what it sounds like. It was a McDonald's. It was a fucking cheeseburger called the McDLT. So what they would do is, here was the big selling point. They needed something.
To be telling you this right now?
No, listen, because you're a history guy. You're gonna like this. I watched a half hour.
I'm more of a fast food guy than a history.
Well, then this is good for both.
Two fronts.
So they took a cheeseburger and they were looking like, how do we increase sales? So they just took a regular fucking cheeseburger. They put it in a styrofoam package. So they put the bottom bun with the burger and the cheese on one side, and on the other side was like the top bun with lettuce and tomato, and the hot side stayed hot and the cool side stayed cool.
What was the era for this?
The McDLT was like, it was around
40s.
for maybe it was around for maybe a year or two in the mid 80s, and it has been living rent free. And I don't even think I ever had one. If you YouTube the commercial, it stars a young Jason Alexander singing and dancing about, like literally singing and dancing about the wonders of a fucking cheeseburger.
By the
like
way,
they just took a cheeseburger and put it on two separate plates, and we're like, eh?
That's also how they've been serving burgers. That's how they've been serving burgers at diners since the beginning of time. It's just that it was in a packaged McDonald's thing. I guess that was what was impressive about it. Like that's how you get a burger at a diner. It's like the cold stuff's on the bun.
Yeah,
open.
They have the
it wasn't
big,
innovative.
Big and tasty was a thing for a minute because I remember a kid in the Navy with me. He worked at McDonald's before that. And he goes, someone called it the big and nasty. He goes, it was like the first time I heard somebody be like, hack. It was you're gonna call it the big nasty. You're so original, dude. McDonald's is garbage. Probably eating it on the way home. Not gonna lie to you guys.
Yeah, every once in a while, in a late night moment of desperation, sometimes post show. One time, I was so hungry after a show, and Ken called me. He waited long enough to know when I would get sick.
Yeah, I timed it. I was like,
this is a sick thing. He called me just to fuck with me to make me feel fatter because he knew I was going to get some fat on the way home because we did a show and I was complaining about being hungry the whole time. So I got McDonald's. He waited just long enough. I swear, he got it like I had just pulled out of the drive-thru. Like he knew.
He's got some sniper to him, old Kenny.
Yeah. You think he's not paying attention because he's not usually. But every once in a while, his laser focus comes in and it's only for evil. It's only to make you feel bad. And he calls me up and he's like, hey, fatty, what'd you get? And I'm like,
how much shame are you feeling right now?
That checks
Ken
out.
uses his autism for evil.
Which is not common. By the way.
No, it's most of them nice kids. Some of them, just make that their Instagram persona. But we don't have to talk about them. It's
Yeah, those are not actually autistic. There's a lot of people claiming autism now.
that was Fernandez has my favorite line about that, where he wants to have like a stolen valor video where like actual autistic people confront someone faking it, but you can't do it because no one makes eye contact. See, Joey tagged your bit. Joey tagged it for you.
That's how you'll identify them. If someone's like looks you in the eye and is like, "No, listen," you're like, "Up, out."
Yeah, there's someone glaring up from a computer screen, typing furiously at you right now. That's their version of confrontation.
I saw such a good Tylenol autism joke. I saw somebody posted, my mom took Tylenol PM, so I'm only autistic at night.
Autistic vampire is a wonderful thing. That's premise alone. Don't you kind of want to write that now?
Autistic vampire is great, especially considering like you could just like sneak up, like you know what I mean. But you probably like would second guess everything. You wouldn't want to jump in.
Maybe
and bite
werewolf is better too. You're like, oh my god, it's getting dark outside. Do you guys want to talk about anime? You guys, put me in a room right now. I'm going to describe my favorite episode of Seinfeld shortly.
They just howl out a math equation.
It's considered lore now. It's lore. But
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but going back to my point though, I think all of our kids fucking drive us nuts. Like they're just being kids, obviously, but we all go a little fucking nuts. We have but like there's a number of things we were talking about this recently that you have to do as a parent that like. They're not all things that drive you nuts, but they're all things that you're like, I have to fucking do that. Like there's so much that goes along with parenthood where you're like. That's the thing is like, and then you like also tell your kid like you love them more because you do love them more than anything in the entire fucking world.
Unless they're stepkids, and you're like, dude, I'm half committed here.
I love you more than many things.
Well, how long?
I don't love you more than everything. You're not me. I didn't spawn you.
Tolerate you.
John Moses is the best joke about that. Says, call them stepkids because they're the ones you step over in a fire to get to your real kid.
Wait, how many stepkids do you have?
Stepkids two.
Yeah.
And so how long have they been in your life?
So they were 1.5 and 3 when I got there. They are 4 and 6 now.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Okay, so you really got in. So You got in on almost the ground floor, but you missed a lot of the sleeplessness, I'm guessing.
Yeah, first year.
But you were like thrown, like, were you, like, how quickly
but you got
did you
into
jump in? Did you change diapers?
No.
Okay.
I drew my line there. I picked so I got to pick some battles, which was cool. I actually still remember when you showed me the ultrasound when you were going to become a dad. We were chilling out in front of Stress Factory, and that was like that moment is lives in my head still too, because it's
Those things you don't care
You're
about.
like, they're gonna give this dude a baby.
what you were so happy about it, and I was like it was one of those moments where you're like, all right, I believe, because prior to that there's still that feeling when you're like, okay, are they excited about this or is it bad? And then like I had people in the military that they were like, oh shit, that girl's pregnant. You know what I mean? And then you have other people who are like, oh, I forgot this is a normal adult thing.
Yeah.
Also,
You could celebrate
it's
this.
It's not just happening.
Ken was like, look at this. It might be an x-ray on my knee. I don't know what we're looking at here exactly, but this is pretty cool, right?
what was it? I love him, and he's in our fantasy football league. Scott Brennan. I just I was teasing him one time, and I said, is your son's name going to be Material? I couldn't help it on that one. He's such a good dude too. I don't know why I did that.
So you missed the first year on both, right? So 1 and 3 when you got there.
Don't you bond when they're helpless though? I
But
guess that's my theory.
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Is while you missed, it's hard. It's really hard. The first year is like torture. It's fucking torture. It's sleep deprivation. But that's where you get to love them. Loving a kid at 3. When you're starting at 3, that's a tough one.
No, I feel like you've missed a lot of the ugly shit. Like you've missed some of the gross shit.
Yeah, no, you did. You did.
And 3 is really like when the personality starts really coming. Like you can start kind of having
the trauma bonding that happens in that first year is also a thing. Like that's also part of the reason why by the time they turn 3 and they're answering you back, you're like, all right, I'm in.
What's the age?
I'm in it.
What's I guess I was thinking about this in terms of like Godfather Part 2, where you're like, remember the beginning of that one is that the future Don Corleone is supposed to be offed, and his brother got offed because his father got offed. And at what age, that villain archetype thing where they're like, oh, he's young enough, we can mold him into like a Bill the Butcher thing.
Yeah.
Like, make sure the kid's doing okay, and then he'll check in with me later. Maybe he will come for vengeance or not. But
right.
I was trying to figure out what the age cutoff would be for that.
I think I gotta go young. I don't know. By 3 years old, my daughter was just like talking back already. Like she's saying so much. She was like, I took her. She was 2, and I took her for ice cream, and we were at the ice cream place. It's closed. It's like our local artisanal ice cream place. It was like, it's closed. We got to go to Carvel instead.
Oh, it's in the Bellworks, so it's closed anytime you want it to be.
yeah. It's in this building, so it's literally it's like the McDonald's shakes. They literally never happen. So I take her to this. It's like this place that makes her own ice cream. Amazing place. It's her favorite place. It's closed. I go, we got to go to Carvel, and she's like, okay. And then she goes, could you go back? Like, is that nature? She's not even speaking like full sentences. She's like, go back. And I was like, no, we're not going to go back. It's closed. She's like, take me back. I said outside. And I was like, no, it's closed, baby. We're going to go to Carvel and said, I'm going to get you ice cream. And she goes, I swear, she puts her hands together and goes, Dad, I don't know what to tell you. Like that. And I'm like, oh, your mom is right there. I was only me and her alone.
Is mom Italian too?
That is, what's that?
Is mom Italian too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. They do pre-screening for that now. It's not a death sentence anymore. Having Italian children.
I was literally like, oh, that is big. That's like something my wife. I don't know what to tell you, like that kind of thing. And I'm like, so yeah, I think I gotta start. I think your molding has got to start early. So that was my wife's molding coming out of me. That was
100%.
Isn't it? So it's like, yeah, like you see your wife and them, but the worst parts are when you have to discipline the you out of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right? Like when you, when all of a
100%.
sudden I'll be like, I'm arguing with myself.
Yeah.
This is fucking bananas.
Yeah, my daughter's a wise ass. And I'm like, yeah.
Your daughter is. I remember the podcast we did here with her, where it was. I think at one point you gave up and you're like, she's riffing, guys. There's just no. This is her show now. We're just guests on it.
She. Oh fuck! What was I just?
Discipline the you out of her.
Oh yes, thank you. I don't even remember what she did. She made some giant mess that my wife had to go behind her and clean up. And so I had to sit Lila down and say like, hey, not happy about this. Here's the good news. You didn't know. So the first one is free. The second time you do it, it's going to be bad. Because I don't want this to happen again. So...
Pretty fair, pretty measured.
Yeah. So you're okay this time. We've talked. Next time you can't say you didn't know. You're going to be in a lot of trouble if you do. And she just looked at me. I said, do you understand? She said, yes. She said, can I ask you a question? I said, yes. And she says, hypothetically, if I did do it again, how much trouble are we talking?
Define trouble.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm fucking arguing with myself. This is like that Spider-Man meme where they're all just shooting at each other.
I'm so glad that you got to sit in my podcast seat and see what it's like. I only want to hear you discipline her because I want to see some version of you get disciplined. I want to see somebody yell at something that's like you.
And I don't want to give away ages or anything, but she's not like there's like the next 10 years is going to be that's where like you're going to be talking to her. And then this is a classic Ken Krantz response when you're thinking you're talking a bit out or something with him, or you're trying to have a conversation, and Ken's just like, yeah, so this edible I'm on is I won't lie to you, I haven't been here for the last 15 minutes, so I mean, it sounds like you're doing good though.
I like that he's making me sound like Jim Florentine.
Florentine's a little deeper. I don't know what it is.
Florentine pays attention.
He's been on this show, right?
Florentine's probably listened to more of this podcast from his
doing podcasts.
There's no chance. There's no chance.
But you should, now, do you find yourself, so stepkids that are now a few years older? You've been there for a few years. Now, are you at all the things, like all the like events? I don't know if they're playing sports, like whatever. They're boys or girls? They're
both boys, which is cool because I can. It is. This was not by design at all. This was never a thing I thought was going to happen. Jackie Byrne called this years ago. She goes, "You're going to find a single mom with kids, and you're going to be a built-in stepdad." And I was like, "No way! You're full of shit, Jackie." And then she was absolutely right.
He was like, "No way am I ever going to find someone."
Yeah, I was committed to it. I was like, "Nope, road comic, occasionally charm my way into something's pants that's prettier than me, and that would be it." And then I'm sitting there at a t-ball game. This past spring, and I was like, oh, it's shit's different now.
Yeah, it is different.
And, their father is not, I don't know. He doesn't really want to know me, which is fine. I kind of, in a weird way, respect that. But I go to more of the events than him. Not like we're keeping score or anything, but it's like the parents.
Like keeping score.
It was, I'll tell you what, if you want to talk about like a smooth, kind of perfect moment for me, it was I showed up at one of the t-ball games, and the boys' grandparents on their father's side were there. The mom, their grandma and their grandfather. So it's they're excited to see them or whatever. And I was like, this is so uncomfortable. And of course, it's one of those moments when Carly's like, "Can you bring them to the dugout, and then I'll just park the car, and then we'll be good." I'm like, "All right." So I'm walking your kids to the game. It's it's not that you don't want to be there, but you're like you can't help but fantasize about what you would be doing with the time.
Sure,
and,
sure, yeah,
listen,
yeah. There's nothing. By the way, there's
my
nothing wrong with that.
biological kid. Yeah.
All right, I feel better now.
No. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the thing. Is like this is a thing where there's a mom guilt that happens. Moms feel bad for having these feelings of I need some freedom. I need some time. It's not healthy to not have your own shit. It's not, and you shouldn't
Wish
really
you knew
feel
how profound that was. I feel a lot better, sincerely.
You don't. It's not healthy. Now, like you still got to go back. You still got to do the things, right? You still got to like be the responsible one. But the feeling of, oh man, I would be doing this right now, or I'm missing a football game to be at a dance. That's I have a little girl. It's like the Giants are playing. Not that I want to really watch watching my daughter is much less infuriating than watching the Giants play, but those moments of just thinking it. You're still doing the responsible thing. You're still doing your thing.
Right.
There's nothing you can't guilt yourself into feeling a feeling.
I respect that. I did text Ken the other day that
he feels
this particular Sunday at
feels nothing.
This particular Sunday is can't miss football. I try to give what I call the pumpkin patch game away to Carly.
Yeah.
And so it's like, all right, I look at the schedule. I was like, we don't have a chance in hell of winning this game. So I offer it up to her. I'm like, hey, if you wanted to go to the pumpkin patch on this day to go apple picking or whatever bullshit has to happen on a Sunday, which, by the way, she's not even into. Carly's pretty cool that way.
Yeah.
But I try to make that as like an offering. And I remember I did it last year. We wound up at I said carnival in the text, but it was actually the circus.
Yeah.
It was like a nitro circus thing. And I just remember sitting there.
Circus recently too.
It was total. It was in Rockaway, New Jersey, and it's just. It was weird. It was a Mexican circus, and it's there's like the dogs jumping out on the two legs thing, and then dirt bikes going through the circle thing. But I also missed one of the 4 giant wins that year.
Yeah.
So I was like a quarter of the good feelings on Monday morning when I'm happy for no reason are gone because I had to watch guys ride around in circles around each other on a dirt bike.
Yeah.
And the kids, who by the way weren't even
not
super
much,
into
not
it.
different than a giant game. What you just described.
Yeah.
but those are the things. That's why parents sacrifice, because they're not always fun. That's why it's called sacrificing. It's not always fun. You do them because you love your kid, or you are told you have to do a thing by your wife, whatever. But but those are the all right. But you said pumpkin pet, right?
Yeah, I think every woman has that in them.
I went apple picking recently.
Oof.
These are things I would never do as a single guy. We wouldn't be like, hey, you want to go apple picking? Like you do it with someone if they want to do it. Or you do it with a kid.
Did you guys know what chutney was before you talked to a woman or lived with a woman? I had no clue.
These are things you learn, right? These are, there's things about your house decor. There's all these things you learn. But like when an activity, like activities especially, I'm like, there are so many things I would do over apple picking. But I'm there with my daughter, right? Like I'm there with my daughter and my niece and my nephew. This is just this past weekend. And it's cute, but it's also fucking exhausting. I got this fucking radio flyer wagon that I'm like dragging, like all 3 of them barely fit in the thing. And they're like, all 3 of them are like, they have to all be in it. I'm rolling them up a
when
fucking
they complain
hill.
while you're in the suffering, you just talk about when they're complaining about that. That has to be.
Wagon. Bye.
Yeah, that's the you just made it over the hill and then you can see the mustard gas coming and you're like,
yeah,
this is worse than I thought.
Yeah, when you're in it in that moment and you're like it's hurting, whether it's sleep deprivation or you're literally physically tired. I remember my daughter at a young age always wanted to be on my shoulders. That like kid thing where they sit on your shoulders. It'd be like the summer. I'm dying. Like those moments where you're like, I gotta be your dad. I gotta do it. Like this dad's responsibility here. I can't be a pussy and put her down. I'm carried. I told her I was taking her this far. That's how far. Those moments that hurt, like physically sometimes, and then they complain is one of the most infuriating things.
When you're missing some shit you want to do and you're somewhere you never wanted to be.
You go
and then they don't even want to be there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
When we went pumpkin picking when my daughter was 2, and she at some point, I can't even tell you how it transpired, was sitting in the middle of the pumpkin patch screaming that she wanted to go pumpkin picking. Like it was illogical. It didn't make sense. We were at the activity.
Pick her up and shake her like you're fucking
like yeah, dude. But like,
do you even know what pumpkin picking is?
She's like laying on a pumpkin, screaming, "I want to go pumpkin." She was probably trying to articulate that she wanted to do something else while she was probably trying to get to something different but her 2-year-old brain was only saying, "I want to go pumpkin picking." I'm like, "You are pumpkin picking." It's fucking those moments. That's what drives you fucking nuts because
totally.
Because, they get to a certain age where they start saying a lot of words, but they're just not emotionally intelligent enough. But they're becoming more like whether they might not know the meaning of the words or just saying them because they hear you saying them and they're learning words. And you're like, you get tricked sometimes and think, oh I think she's a genius. Oh my God. She knows everything. And that tricks you into thinking they can handle the emotional weight of these things.
I think it's called tiny adult syndrome.
Yeah.
I had to read about this when I first moved in with Carly because I was like, all right, I need a baseline, like what's normal and what part of this is Attica and what part is just the flaws within the judicial system.
Because you get thrown right in it. If they're 1 and 3, you're thrown intense. Into a that is intense.
It's now there's days when I'm stoked the kids are there because I was like, all right, we'll have it's fun. They're like they're friends now. You know?
Yeah. It is fun.
But it was the weird one too is her little guy is huge. Like he's a big kid. Mm-hmm. He's got red hair. He's gonna probably look like Max Crosby.
Yeah.
But he's got there's a demon in him. It's when we play in the backyard and I watch him just go. When
You're like it's only a matter of time where he takes me down.
Boys are wild, man. Every time I'm around like a boy Lila's age.
I know.
I'm like, oh, fucking thank God.
Same thing all the time. I watch kids I watch kids my daughter's age just fucking 300 kick like a stack of pumpkins down. And you're like, why? It's a display. Why'd you kick the thing? And they're like, I don't know. You know? Girls just do it. They cause equal damage, just not physical damage. It just cause it's all psychological.
Oh yeah, psych warfare.
That's yeah. But it's like because they can't handle anything. They're just like fucking pent up, and boys just take it out physically, and girls just have like more of like a tantrum and a moment in a conversation while they're fucking with you. Like my daughter will refuse to. You take out 36 outfits for her, she will say no to every outfit because she has to be part of the. Not just choosing an outfit, part of laying out for it. Like she wants options for what to wear before school, but she has to pick all the options and then pick from her options. If you literally put all of her clothes out on the floor, she would say no to every one of them. Those are the things when you're like, we gotta fucking go. It's infuriating. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it'll drive you.
I had one of those moments like 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we have to fucking move now.
How many times?
I don't care what.
How many times have you almost really went like, can we fucking go? Like, how many times have you almost done that? Or how many times have you?
I've done it. I've been like,
well, your daughter's a little older.
I've had to stop and look. A couple weeks ago, I just turned to her and I was like, "Are you for fucking real right now?" And she's, it snapped her too. It snapped her too. She was like, all right, maybe I did go a little too, maybe I went a little too far. She likes to see where that line is. She likes to toe it.
Oh, it's the boundary exploring thing. Yeah, for sure. It's, they can tune Carly out completely. Like they'll answer her in non sequiturs. That's how advanced they are in some areas where they're just like, yeah, I understand what you're saying. And you're like, you didn't click any of that. You didn't look up from your iPad. I know you don't have any clue what your mom just said to you.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to be the booming voice in there, and I'm not an angry guy, but you
got bass in your voice. It's gonna even sound.
Yeah, just that change in tone that's when like all of a sudden now they actually look up from what they were doing.
Yeah.
Or it's and I remember trying to be nice too. There was a time I do remember just looking at one. This is early on. I was a couple weeks into like living with them, and I said, "Welcome to the era where KP yells."
I'm in my villain era.
You want a heel turn? You got one, buddy.
So you get them really young. So the dad still in the picture, but how like is he like every other weekend or?
It's it turns into that. They're both they both came from Carly and her ex came from a police background.
Yeah.
So they do a thing called the Pittman schedule. It's like a long week, short week thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's very weird to have the kids and something like that. So one thing that sucks is like today, for example, we got them back after a weekend. We had them for the weekend. And they're with their dad, and it's not even a knock on him. It's just the different parenting styles.
Yeah,
we come back a little different.
Well, it is hilarious when we get them on when we pick them up on a Friday, like and we have them for the weekend or something like that. It's always making me laugh because they're just dressed like old Italian men about to go, wash their car in the driveway, sweatpants with a t-shirt tucked into them. Like you can just tell he's
socks and sandals.
100%. They're just like, oh god, it's time to just buff out the Camaro one last time.
Yeah.
But So he does this thing. I got there's no ill will there or anything,
Right,
but
right.
it is I got Carly to agree. I was like, all right, so we got to accept the loss. It's we'll go back to Giants. We're all Giants fans here. Accept that week 1 in Dallas is not going to go our way.
Yeah,
Okay.
right,
and then what can we build momentum
Right.
on from there? So when
But
we first
either
get back,
is week 2 in Washington or week 3 at home against Green Bay.
By week
or
7, you're
week
talking
4.
about draft picks. yeah. Right. Yeah, I get you. No, you're
Yeah,
right.
by week 5, you're like, maybe we should have fired the
There's-
coach and the GM.
You're still so impressionable at that age that a weekend makes a difference.
I was brought here to develop somebody. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right.
I should at least be able to pick my own guy. All right. It goes back to Parcells.
Right. I can't cook the meal if you don't let me shop for the groceries.
Dude, why is he the coolest Jersey guy ever? I know we're in an offshoot of the Kevin Smith world right now in this
Yeah,
studio,
yeah.
and Kevin Smith is Hall of Fame Jersey for sure. But it's even above Gandolfini. I'm going to put Parcells.
Parcells was up there.
Dude, that nobody was cooler on the sidelines. There's no one with that swagger in the NFL anymore.
Yeah.
There's no head coach. They're all dorks. That's the
They are all dorks,
We're back
yeah.
on autism
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Sorry
Yeah.
about that. That's
They are all dorks.
yeah, they're all Adderall away from X's and O's guys, shit like that. But
Yeah.
the
So you're in a
dumb thing I was
rebuilding
saying-
year with your.
well, what I said is accept the early loss. That when we get them back, the first day that they're back, I try to think the way that they would think, and I was like, all right, it's their first day back with all the toys that they don't have at their. So there's a little bit of a Christmas morning thing.
Yeah.
So you just got to accept the. All right, they need to check on all their stuff. They're excited to see where things were left. They have to make a mess when they get there to kind of break the place in or whatever. We accept that loss, but I've been trying this as a bit. They seem to know because they're brothers. Like, what's the age gap on your kids?
Well, I have just one.
Oh, you have the one. Okay,
just
right
one
on. So,
4-year-old.
and then I know Ken has the
Yeah.
daughter and the son he doesn't talk to. But it's
I like to think I'm the son. He doesn't
Well,
talk to.
I've stepkids. I'm in the same.
that I did. Actually, you're right. I was just trying to go for it was my long range attempt at saying that you've abandoned a
bad
child.
I was with
It
you.
was
I
just
was-
the
I was
long
with you.
way
I was gonna-
around
I
saying
would
what
have
a
rolled that
garbage
wave.
person.
Had he not corrected you, we could have just kept the whole story.
No, so I respect that too. I forgot that he has the stepkid
Yeah.
thing too, and it's all girls, right?
All girls.
Yeah,
Met
got
them
all
all too.
girls.
They're
Yeah.
it's
The dog is a girl.
Yeah.
I got a dude, Matt, who lives down the street, and every now and then I'm like a kid. I'm like looking out the window. I'm like, oh, Matt's outside. I'm like, hey, Nick, can I go play with Matt for like?
I need some boy
I just
time.
need. I tried adopting a male dog.
Yeah.
You know, I volunteer at a rescue
I saw the
shelter
post,
right where my daughter
Yeah.
lives.
You're such a secret great guy,
And-
by the way. Your online persona is repugnant.
It's
You're such a great
his
dude.
in-person persona is not much better. It's a pretty big secret.
It's a secret sweetheart, Ken.
But
Pence.
I fell in love with his dog Larry, and I came
name for a
home.
dog.
I was like, I'm in love with this dog Larry. First off, it's the greatest name I've ever
Such a
heard
good
for a
name.
dog.
I love dude
dad's
names
name.
for
all
dogs.
I've wanted. Oh, that's true. All I've wanted to do was get a male dog and name him Brunson. You
Yeah.
know, for the Knicks.
Right on.
But then I met Larry. And I was like, I can't change this dude's name.
It's
That's
Larry.
the greatest name.
It's Larry.
And we brought there, like, you have to bring your whole family, all your kids, and your dog to meet Larry. And then if he gets along with everyone, we can go further. And fucking female dog who's like 16 years old and sleeps 19 hours a day was like, I am not fucking having this. You are not bringing a dude into this house. Fuck
Yeah.
this puppy.
Sounds like a
Fuck
female.
you for bringing me here.
Just
And shut it down like 10 minutes after the meet and greet started. They were like, we can't give you this dog.
What's the window for an opportunity here? Because you can just sit there. I mean, there's Tylenol in that house.
Well, you know what I do now? Because
No, you can't make the dog autistic. Stop. You can't do
I do feed her an insane amount of bacon. I'm just like, here you go. I'm
Clogging
like, you know what?
those
Yeah,
arteries.
I'm just
Just
like,
clogging those arteries.
might
you're
be
15,
backfiring.
16.
Yeah, you could disguise that as like, just wanted to enjoy your last year. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, it's so much like, oh, just let her enjoy. But it's like, and
Chocolate
she's,
and raisins for the dog.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
what? So I have an interesting mix of stepkids and then a real kid. You know, so then it's like,
Real.
well, no,
real kid.
That's my mom's version of like that's the one you'll see my mom lose her mind because I'm adopted.
Yeah.
So if anybody ever says real mom or whatever, that's the one time you'll see my mom actually chime and be like, I am his real mom.
Yeah,
and,
right.
You know,
Yeah.
that's her. They call me Mr. Tibbs type moment. So she lets people have it in a Sidney Poitier type manner.
Right.
But it is interesting because you find yourself sometimes. I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta reel it in. I can't just root for the home team here. Like I have to.
Yeah. With the mix, you gotta.
Yes,
because
it's like, hey, I gotta
Like, you got
show.
Just Step. I have just my own. The mix is hard because you're gonna get hit a moment, and you're probably hitting many more coming up.
Yeah.
We gotta make a decision.
That's-
and you're gonna want to decide for. You're gonna want to decide for yours.
Yeah.
It's messed up too, and I don't mean to cut you off. But one thing that was crazy to me, because this is it's so backwards to think this way, but I know I've earned the kids' trust because they let me punish them now.
Yeah.
Because that respect is in there.
They feel safe enough that they're not like devastated by it.
Right.
Like they just understand that this is all right. I'm getting this. Is the
Well,
consequence
because
of my
as
actions.
far as they know, you've been there the whole time.
Yeah, they can't remember a time before
they
me.
can. I mean, that was
Especially the
sort
one
of
you-
like me and
especially
my
when there was one,
stepdad.
you know, yeah.
My parents split when I was 2, and my dad was married by the time I was 2.5 or whatever.
Yeah.
And my mom remarried at like 3 or 4. So I just always like there was never.
It was normal to you.
Yeah.
That's I take solace in that for these kids, but it was I do remember early on trying to punish them, and it was they would kind of look at me.
Yeah,
and,
like, who the fuck are you?
it's like they lethal weapon toed me. They're like the diplomatic immunity, biological no.
Yeah, this is not no, dude.
Nice
not
try,
you.
officer. But they
Not you, dude. Who are you?
Oh yeah, now I had to earn it. So it's a weird thing where I'm like, as they're accepting me carrying the older one to his room. And by the way, they're awesome kids. Everybody bitches about their kids. I think that's fair. So I click with them. I got great moments with them where you feel in your heart, you're like, all right, I love this, and this is what you wanted. And then at the same time, when I'm carrying the older one to his room because he was yelling at his mom again today, he was going off on her, and I'm carrying him to his room, and in my mind I was like, maybe 2 years ago, he would be running away from me because he wanted to test my resolve. And now it's just like, he goes, all right, I messed up. He goes, but KP's going to be cool again in a little bit. And maybe if I just think for a few minutes, everything will be fine again.
Yeah. No, there's something to that. And I think it's a healthy way to think. There's something too about creating, even like when my daughter is at her craziest 4-year-old fucking tantrum moment, right? Like there's something to knowing that she knows there's consequences, or that there could be consequences, and she'll test those boundaries for sure, like any fucking 4-year-old would. But you could tell that she's not living in the house I grew up in, where it's like, holy fuck, dad's home. Like there is a safe enough space to where she knows she's in trouble. It upsets her that she's in trouble, but she's not like shaking about it. By the time I was her age, I was like, fuck. Fuck. Clearly she feels safe enough to where she can like speak her mind about it and it's fine, and she just goes and gets her fucking consequence for it. You know what I mean? Like whether it's a timeout or just not getting the thing, like whatever the consequence we set up is, they're mild consequences compared to what my consequences were. Like I had physical consequences.
First offense, light sentence, you know what I mean?
Yeah. She's doing community service. I was in Rikers,
100%.
So like there is something. I feel happy about that, even though, it's like the hard discipline. We've talked a lot on the show about like not hitting your kids. There's
He got hit a lot.
Don't say it exhausted. All right.
There's something about his aura that just let me know that.
Right?
already.
Yeah. It's like, and by the way,
face has been hit a lot. Yeah. No, I get it.
If I was your dad, I don't know that I wouldn't hate you. Like,
yeah.
You got to earn it, though. You know what I mean?
If you were my dad, you would have been too tired. Like you'd have been too lazy to hit me. You would have been a great dad. It'd be like he's never gonna. When mom. Oh, dad's coming.
Oh yeah. The stepkids come to me. They're like, "Hey, is it cool?" I'm like, "I don't fucking care." Do I have to do anything?
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, relate this to me in a manner in which it affects me directly.
Yeah, you're in the couch and you're like, does this have to change for me? What I'm doing, look at me right now. Does this have to change? Because if not, I don't care what you do.
No, yeah, like the 13-year-old will be like, do you think my mom will be cool if I go to this carnival? Where I was like, do you have rides there and back? She was like, yeah. I was like,
you're like, good news for you. I'm
solved
going to
that one.
forget to tell your mom. Yeah, so you're going to be fine. Yeah, because I think though that, like, to your point though, so now they're in a place where they're not afraid of you. They just understand that there's a consequence. Not afraid, like an actual fear. You know what I mean? Like,
totally.
They might be afraid of the consequence of getting grounded or whatever, but they're not like afraid. There's something to that where like you build a space. It's like, all right, I respect that. They might not love it at the moment. They're probably going in the room and cursing you out, but that's normal kid shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's normal kid. That's all of our kids are going to do that. They're all going to be like, fuck dad.
Oh, these kids, they don't even know. I think that's why I established myself early over there too, because the day I can't let them know how much it's going to hurt when they hit me with the "you're not even my dad."
Yeah, it's going to happen.
That is a loaded. Like, they just have it. They can't
how old's the
figure
oldest?
out.
You said it before. What was it? The oldest?
So they're 4 and 6 right now.
Yeah. And you've got a little time for that.
Yeah, the bond is legit enough that like that's why it's going to hurt. Because if I didn't really love them, I would just sit there and be like, no, you're not. You're not mine.
I'm gonna call it. It's gonna happen at 11.
What do they call it?
It's gonna happen at 11
Respect that.
because you know what? It's like it's before teenage years. It's like the kid. I feel like kids start getting real 10, 11, 12. Kids start getting real fucking like they really go for what you think is the teenage shit.
I would do that.
Jugular.
I would do that to my stepdad.
You used to say that to him?
I'd be like, you're not my real dad. I look out the window. There's my real dad.
Yeah,
walking the dog.
It helped your argument. It helped your argument because your dad was literally outside. He's throwing out the
like,
garbage.
there he is.
He's in his pajamas. He's just out of his house right now.
He's walking the dog past our house. Stop breaking my balls.
You were able to do it in a factual way. No, there's my dad. Look at it right there. Yeah, it's probably going to happen. It's probably going to happen.
Oh, they have a fake. They haven't put it together. It's like when you hear them talking about they have the ability to create a nuclear bomb now.
Yeah,
and you're like, all right, what's the time clock on that?
Yeah, they've got the blueprint.
Yeah. So
right now, but they're not putting it together yet.
Yeah, I try to get a couple good elbow jabs in on them every now and then. I was like, all right, this is a down payment on when you inevitably detonate on me. I'm just trying to get some shots in while I can, buddy.
Yeah, get them while you can.
They're just like Christopher Lloyd collecting petroleum at this point.
Yeah.
Tune in next week for part 2 of Step Up with our guest, KP Burke.